coordinating classroom activities and learning sequence activities. In the previous video, we discussed combining skills, context, and content, and in this video, we're going to learn how to coordinate learning sequence activities and classroom activities in order to make a really true, fulsome curriculum. So we need to revisit whole, part, whole. Quick reminder. In the first whole, we broadly introduce students to context, usually through a song. What's context? Tonality and meter. The parts are our learning sequence activities, or the active teaching of musicianship, the active teaching of skills in content within a context. And in the second whole, we return the parts to the first whole and reinforce context, skills, and content. And so, in the context of a class, we would start off with a whole, do some parts, and then reinforce. Whole, part, whole, part, whole, part, whole, part, whole, on and on and on and on. This is going to make much more sense if you just watch me do it. So here we go. MLT in action. Usually, for the first whole, MLT teachers like to teach a song through what is called rote song procedure. I have another video that I did about 5 or 6 years ago where I go through rote song procedure in much more detail. I'll link it somewhere, so be sure to check out that video. This will be the quick, dirty version. So I'm envisioning right now that I'm in a general music setting. This could be equally applicable to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or even 8th grade. You just might want to tailor the repertoire towards your specific grade level. But this sequence that I'm going to demonstrate for you right now is something that I frequently did with my middle school students. First whole. Sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti, do. Today I ended on do because I'm in major tonality. When I get to the end, would you sing do for me? Sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti. Good job. Now listen to my song. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. But I don't like it on my shoe, shoe, shoe. If you were in a choir class, you might want to do the same thing, but sing with better vowels. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. So rote song procedure is kind of like a whole, part, whole, part, whole, part, whole, within another whole, part, whole, part, whole. I just presented students the whole. I sang to students a very short song. Now I'm going to break it up into parts. And I'm just going to say, move like me, and I'm going to ask students to shift their weight from side to side on the macro beat. Bum, 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 move like me. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. But I don't like it on my shoe, shoe, shoe. Now I'll just say move like me, and I might ask students to keep the microbeat somewhere, like or patting their laps. Bum, 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 move like me. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. Sing the whole song again. Then I might say, can you do both? Can you move to macro beats and micro beats here? Bum, 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 move like me. I like bubblegum. And someone might try to sing along, and you say, oh no, now's the time to just audiate and sing the song again. I like bubblegum, moving to max and mics, however you want. So we've just done whole, part, whole, part, whole. Now I'm going to do some tonal parts. I'm going to reinforce the resting tone, do. I don't have one here, but I might use like a big squishy ball and go sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti, do. And anytime the ball drops on my hand, you're going to sing do. Let's try it. Sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, ti. Now, anytime you see this ball drop, what are you going to sing? Do. Good job. Try it. Do. And then sing the song, pausing intermittently, dropping the ball, and have students sing the resting tone. Do. I like bubblegum. Do. Chew, chew, chew. Do. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. Can they keep that do in their audiation? Do. I like bubblegum, chew, chew, chew. Do. But I don't like it on my shoe, shoe. do. Now, if I had time, I might toss the ball to individual students and see if individual students could sing do, and then they'd throw it back to me. We do that a few times, trying to be very playful and energetic, while at the same time reinforcing that concept of home and hearing something else and singing resting tone do. So we've done whole, part, whole, part, whole, part, whole, and now give students a chance to assimilate the song in their brains. And you might say something like, I would like you to audiate the song and raise your hand when you're done. Bum, 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 audiate. And just sit there. Maybe move with some flow. And they raise their hand when they're done. All right, students, great. You have heard the song 17,000 times. Would you like to sing it? Yay! Okay, very good. Sing the song for me. Bum, 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 sing the song. And now it's important, don't sing with them. I like, and you listen to them sing the whole song. If the song sounds good, terrific. Sometimes you might need a little adjustment and a nice little tweak here and there. Choo, choo, choo. I hear you singing choo, choo, choo both times. It's choo, choo, choo. You might need to do a little touch up, but for the most part, if 90% of them are singing it in tune, you're ready to move away from that first whole, and moved on to learning sequence activities proper for our second part. Now, probably the next class, I would move on to learning sequence activities. I would start with macrobeats and microbeats in duple meter, assuming that you have already indeed done the same thing at the oral level. All right, super quick learning sequence activities. Audiate the pattern I chant, wait for the gesture, take a breath, and be my echo. And I would have a kid set the timer for 3 minutes. I would assume that we have already gone over the procedures for learning sequence activities so students know how to do it. This is just going into learning sequence activities proper. I would try to get each student to perform each of those for themselves. When we go into pattern mode, we've got everybody, one person, everybody, one person. All right, do-day. This is me establishing context. Do-day, do, do-day, do. They know that this means audiate and this means shut up. Do-day, do, do-day, do. And then do some class patterns. Do, do-day, do-day, do. That's breathe, breathe. Then everybody does it. Do-day, do-day, do, do. Everybody brace. Do-day, do, do. Then go into one person. Do, do-day, do-day, do, do. First time, do it with them in teaching mode. Do-day, do-day, do, do. Another student, do-day, do-day, do, do. I usually start with the high aptitude kids. Do, do, do-day, do, 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 do-day. Everybody, do-day, do-day, do, do. And while that's happening, I'm marking down those kids that I just did. So that goes on for 3 minutes. So I would do that for 2 to 4 days, depending upon the size of my class, making sure I get to each student in teaching mode and evaluation mode. Remember, evaluation mode is when I go to a kid, do-day, do, do-day, do. And the kid performs the pattern by himself. Now, either later on in that same class or the next class or next week, let's talk about second whole. How do we reinforce the skills that we just taught in learning sequence activities into the song and the broader context from our first whole? Do you remember that song Choo 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 that we did last week? Let's hear it again. Bum, 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 ready, here we go. I like, and they sing the song. Did you know that that song was in duple meter? How would I even know if it was in duple meter? The answer is because I am audiating do-day, as the microbeats. I'll prove it to you. Would you sing that song for me and I'll chant the microbeats? Bum, 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 sing the song. Do-day, 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 do-day. And I chant the microbeats and they chant the song. How about switch? Could you chant the microbeats and I'll chant the song? Bum, 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 ready, here we go. I like bubblegum, choo-choo, etc., etc. You could divide the class in half, and that half could chant do-day, do-day. So we're reinforcing the context. We're reinforcing content, and we're reinforcing the patterns that we just taught. Now for second holes, it doesn't necessarily have to be that exact same song. At this point, you could revisit other songs that you've already done and identify them as being in duple meter. You could take any dances that you've already done and put the do's in the shoes. Identify what is going on in our body. We've got do, do, we're walking to the macro beat. Could you chant do, do as you're walking to the song? Do, 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 do. Could you chant do, day, 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 do, day. And when you audiate do, day as the microbeat, are you in duple or triple meter? Duple! Constantly reinforcing these labels in songs, dances, activities. To learn more about music learning theory, hop on over to GIML.org, the website of the Gordon Institute for Music Learning. Or better yet, take one of their transformative 2-week workshops in elementary general, piano, choral, instrumental, or early childhood. I love using bucket drums in my 6th grade general music classes. I generally have students put do's, these are my sticks. I generally have students put do's on the sides of the bucket with both sticks like do, 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 and microbeats with sticks together. Do, day, do, day, do, day, do, day. And then I might say something like, could you chant the rhythm of the song that you hear? Now we have bridged to generalization verbal. If I go, they would have to say, do, day, do, day, do. How about this one? Do, day, do, day, do, day, do. And then have them play it. They play it. Do, day, do, day, do. Now I could bridge to creativity, improvisation, oral with syllables, and I would start with syllables first before we do it with the sticks. I'm going to chant a pattern with macrobeats and microbeats in duple meter, and your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to chant a different pattern with macrobeats and microbeats. Could you begin by just audiating some different patterns? It's always a good idea to give students a chance to audiate first. Let them try it out in their brain. Do, day, do, day, do. Do, day, do. Do, day, do, day, do, day. Now let's go public. Chant the different pattern that you're hearing. Do, day, do, day, do, do. Do, day, do. Now can we play a different pattern on our drums? Me first. Would anybody like to go by themselves? Frederica, me first. She plays something. Let's all play Frederica's pattern. Ready, here we go. Whole, part, whole. Now let's go into another part, learning sequence activities, but this time tonally. So, la, so, fa, mi, re, ti, do. So now I'm going to teach students all the stuff that they need to know. That major tonality has a resting tone of do. And then anytime I get to the end, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, ti, they'll sing do. I need to teach them that any combination of do, mi, so is major tonic, and so, fa, re, ti is major dominant. Maybe I've done that on a previous day. Maybe that's done all in one day. And now I'm ready to just go into pattern mode. Audiate the pattern I sing. Wait for the gesture. Take a breath. And be my echo. So, la, so, fa, mi, re, ti, do. Everybody. Do, mi, so. Do, mi, so. So, fa, re, ti. So, fa, re, ti. Do, so, do. Do, so, do. If I was in a choir class, I would do it with better vowels. And then some individual kids. Do, mi, so. Do, mi, so. Sing it with them the first time in teaching mode. Everybody. So, fa, re, ti. So, fa, re, ti. Maybe back to that first kid in evaluation mode. He does it by himself. Do, mi, so. And set that timer for 3 minutes and just get as much done as you can in one particular class. Next class, do some more kids, more evaluations. Probably takes about 3 class periods to get to everybody. But I'm quick. So that was the parts then. Second whole. You can just go right back to old Choo Choo Choo, the very same song you did in previous lessons, and point out all the things that they should know about that song. Do you guys remember that song, Choo Choo Choo? And then maybe you play it, maybe you accompany yourself on a guitar or a piano or a ukulele, some kind of a harmonic instrument, and you play simple tonic and dominant chords in the background while they sing. Ready and sing. Choo, I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. Did you know that song was in major tonality? How do we know? Because the resting tone was do, and I'm hearing do, mi, so. You might extend rote song procedure and have students sing the chord roots, do and so, while you sing the song. If you have beginning students, you might want to play do and so, or play it on the keyboard. So sing the roots do, so. For a little gimmick, you could have them put their hands here for do and so, while you sing the song. Ready and go. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. You could divide the class into 3 parts. Your do, your mi, and your so. So we're singing tonic do, mi, so. Now your ti, fa, and so. Ti, fa, so. So this group is do, ti, do. And this group is mi, fa, mi. And this group is so, so, so. And just have them follow your function fingers. Sometimes it's helpful to give them a little bit of a context on a harmonic instrument. So sing. And sing this song and many other songs that only have tonic and dominant, and just have them follow your function fingers. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. The itsy bitsy spider went up the mother's spout. There's 1,000 songs that only have tonic and dominant. You could have students find patterns in the song. Did you know that the pattern do, mi, so happens a lot in this song? I would like you to close your eyes and listen for that pattern. Do, mi, so. What's the pattern, kids? Do, mi, so. So you're going to listen and count on your fingers how many times that pattern. What's that pattern again? Do, mi, so. You can't repeat it enough. Thanks, Cindy Taggart. And sing the song and have them count on their hands how many times they hear, what's that pattern again? Do, mi, so. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo, etc. Now, anytime you hear that pattern, what's that pattern again? Do, mi, so. Sing it while I sing the song. And you'll just cue them. Ready? Here we go. It starts off with a do, mi, so. I like bubblegum, choo choo choo. Choo choo choo. Then you could bridge over to generalization verbal and have students show you the function fingers of familiar songs or unfamiliar songs. Start with something like Mary Had a Little Lamb, tell them to close their eyes, and you sing the song and maybe accompany them on a guitar or a piano and see if they can hear the tonic and dominant functions. Mary had, eyes closed please. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. And you just watch the room and see how many kids in general are getting that right. You'll be surprised. You could have students do some translation. I'm going to sing a pattern to you on a neutral syllable, and your mission is to translate it to solfege. I would begin with familiar patterns, and then use those familiar patterns to teach themselves unfamiliar patterns. Bum, bum, bum is do, mi, so. What's bum, bum, bum? Do, mi, so. Oh, and if bum, bum, bum is do, mi, so. What's bum, bum? Give them some wait time. Bum, bum. Do, mi. Good. Do some improvisation. I'm going to sing to you a pattern with do, mi, so. Could you sing back a different tonic pattern? Let's begin by audiating. Always give them a chance to audiate. Do, mi, so. So, mi, do. Mi, so, do. Now sing it out loud. Do, mi, so. Hopefully they were different. If I sing a dominant, could you sing a different dominant? If I sing sol, fa, re, ti, you could sing a different dominant. What could you do? You could skip the first pitch. You could sing it backwards. You could skip the second pitch. You might want to give them some ideas on how to do improvisation. Then you could divide students up into small groups and have them do tonal conversations. Have one kid sing tonic, then the other kid sings dominant, and then switch. So that's it. Whole, part, whole, part, whole, part, whole. The next step would be to go back and introduce new contexts, so introduce minor tonality and triple meter. You might start with a parallel song like, I like chocolate milk, moo, moo, moo. I like chocolate milk, moo, moo, moo. Using rote song procedure, and use all the exact same things that I just taught you in major and duple, and just do them in minor and triple. Anyway, I hope this helps. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, and enjoy your teaching. Are you a music teacher interested in teaching from an audiation perspective? Then the faculty library may be just what you need. It has all of my patterns, tunes for teaching, and teacher videos all in one place. Scan the QR code or click below to find out how to take advantage of all the great resources for your classroom in the faculty library.